The hardest day I ever had in prison. It took about 2 months for me to finally establish myself in there. And it, just like Muhammad said, I fought the white gangs and I fought the black gangs. I went out to the rec yard and played sports out there. And sports is really like where I got to earn the respect of everybody. Because, Ken, sports is the great uniter in this country.
Sure.
Sports brings people together like nothing else can. I mean, before there was Martin Luther King Jr., there's Jackie Robinson, you know? Mm-hmm. Sports brings people together. And so sports brought me in to prison like I'd finally belonged. And I was finally like, I didn't have to fight anymore. I thought it was over. But about a little over 2 months in, I come off the rec yard one day and Carlos is waiting for me in the cell block. And he's agitated and he runs up to me. I think he's going to fight me. I'm like, man, what's going on? He said, come to the stairwells over here. I need to talk to you in the stairwell. The stairwell is where you go because there's no cameras under there. People can't see you. And he told me, he said, when you go to the shower today, Blackjack is waiting in there for you. Now, Blackjack's the biggest rapist in prison camp. This is the guy that everybody fears in there. 6'4", 260, big black guy, loves to rape white guys, HIV positive. And so he said, man, all the basketball you've been out there playing with these guys, sports and stuff like that, you got this guy's attention now and he's waiting for you. He's going to get you when you go to the shower.
This is an ad for BetterHelp. In a world full of noise, personal and professional growth starts with clarity. But with distractions pulling us in every direction, it's hard to think clearly, let alone be our best. That's why therapy is a great tool, not just for healing, but for self-improvement. BetterHelp is 100% online, so you can invest in yourself on your schedule. And with over 30,000 licensed therapists, they'll match you with someone who helps you become the best version of you. Visit BetterHelp.com/Ken for 10% off your first month.
Long story short, Carlos arms me with a weapon. He takes my fan apart. In Texas prisons, they don't have any air conditioning. So you have to have these little bitty fans to keep you cool.
Wow.
So he took my little fan apart. There's about a 5-pound motor inside this thing, puts it inside of this mesh shower bag, and he tells me, this is your weapon. It's like a ball and chain flail, like a medieval weapon.
Oh, okay.
And so I was able to take that weapon to the shower that day. I surprised Blackjack. I got the jump on him, beat him with this fan, almost killed him with the fan motor. And that was the last fight I ever had to get into. But Ken, when I'm walking to the shower that day with this fan motor in my hand, I have crossed the line. I am going to take a human life, and I'm okay with that at this point because the alternative was what's he's going to do to me.
Right.
But I felt like I lost something that day that once you cross that line, it's like, do you ever come back from it? And I remember being freaked out by no matter what happened, even if I win this thing, what did I just become?
Right.
It's like that Nietzsche quote that those who fight monsters should make sure they don't become a monster in the process. Yeah. And if you stare into the abyss long enough, the abyss stares back at you. And so that day is when I stared into the abyss of prison. And I was going to the shower with the preparation to take another man's life. I even prayed for it. I'm praying in my cell before I go. I'm asking God to give me the strength to kill this guy. And I feel like I got the green light, too, from God. Like, this is like the crazy world that I'm in. But I get the jump on this guy. I beat him. Thankfully, I don't kill him because I don't get another life sentence out of the deal. I never would have gotten out if I'd have killed the guy. But I never had to fight again after that. The biggest, most fearful moment I ever had ended up being the biggest, most pivotal moment for me in prison because everybody saw that I could speak the only language everybody speaks there, which is violence. Either you speak violence or someone speaks it to you, but you have to become fluent in violence. Mm-hmm. And once I showed that I was very fluent in violence, I never had to fight again. But it literally was the most terrifying day I ever spent inside that prison. It didn't turn out as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I think that's kind of like the idea about life. Most of your fears don't come true. Now, some of your fears are real, but most fears aren't real. Most fears are in our head. They never even materialize. We worry about things that don't ever happen. Fear, this is another thing Muhammad told me. He said, fear isn't real. He said, fear is in your head. He said, danger is real. There's a big difference between fear and danger. He said, you have to respect danger, but fear is something you can control. And that was a pivotal day for me, Ken, because I learned to have a little bit more control over my fear. And it wouldn't be till I really got into AA and started working the 12 steps that I learned how to take care of my fears, like understand why I fear these things. And I got to figure out my resentments. Why do I have these resentments? And all of that is through working a personal inventory. It's like a business. Any business that doesn't work an inventory, they'll go broke, right? You don't know what you have in stock, what you need more of. Human beings go broke too if you don't take a personal inventory spiritually to know where you are. And that's what the 12 steps gave me. was the ability to work the inventory and work through my fears, work through my resentments, work through my doubts. But that was by far the worst and most scary day of prison
Yeah, I'm
I've ever
sure.
had. Yeah.